Hey everybody, welcome back to the Getting It Wrong podcast, where we unlearn harmful ideals, beliefs, and ideologies that we might be holding on to, and we get practical ways to live a more holistic and balanced lifestyle. And we embrace our mistakes here because getting it wrong is the first step to getting it right. I am your co-host, Gabby.
And I'm Morgan. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the Getting It Wrong podcast. We're back.
It's season 3.
Season 3. Can you believe it?
Not really. It seems like just yesterday that we started. So
that we even talked about it. Yeah. But so we wanted to catch up a little bit first. It's been a minute. So Morgan, anything new with you?
Anything new? Nothing like really new. It's just crazy how fast time is passing though. And I think I'm just now starting to be aware. It's like we're creeping up on the middle of the year. We're like nearing the middle of 2022 and it's wild. It's like the summer's about to hit. And after the summer like is over, like everything, the rest of the year is like, it's just downhill. It's like the rest of the year just downhill. Not downhill in like a negative sense. It's just like everything speeds up, downhill is faster.
Yeah.
It just, everything speeds up. It's wild.
That's and it'll be over just like that.
It just started.
And it just started. But I mean, for some reason, I feel like when you're younger, the time does not move this fast. It really doesn't.
No, that's a whole thing. They're like 4 years in high school. It's so different from 4 adult years. Like the 4 years of like high school, it felt like a lifetime.
It really did.
Yeah.
And I feel like the past 4 years of my life, I'm like, where did they go?
Like what happened? We were just talking about like we really have kids that are 6. Like your daughter's gonna be 6 and my daughter is 6. It's like, what? When did you get this old?
I can't believe it. It's weird to say it out loud because I feel like it ages me a bit and I'm just not ready. No. It ages your children, it ages me, and it's just like time is just moving too fast. I just needed to slow down just a little bit, but
yeah.
But I think.
What about you?
Okay, before we get into me, that made me think of something. It made me think how important it is to take that time to slow down because the way it passes so fast, if you don't take those moments, it's like, what do you really have if you don't have those little moments that you take to slow down and really appreciate the present? So,
carpe diem. Appreciate
carpe diem.
Appreciate it, especially
appreciate
if you
the
have
present.
Kids. Like regardless, you just really appreciate what is currently going on, and just like appreciate where you are compared to your past if you want to, and just be like, I have grown. Yeah.
And well, to get into me, nothing has changed much. I know last time we talked about me going on a solo trip. That happens in a couple of weeks, and I am excited. I'm super excited, but I still feel kind of unprepared. And that's a whole nother story. It's like everything is paid for, but I still don't know what I'm going to do when I get there.
Really?
Yes. I'm like, I need to figure that out. I need to take the time and sit down and really get some stuff planned out.
Yeah, give her ideas, guys.
Ideas. Cancun. Well, I don't know if I should have said that. I don't want people looking for me solo in Cancun.
Tulum. A lot of people going to Tulum.
Yeah, Tulum is cool too.
That sounds fine.
It does. But
yes. We have our studio audience back there.
Right, our studio audience in the back. We're recording.
She's probably like, girl. Anyway.
Right. But Nothing much. Same here. Time is moving so fast. I think we actually planned on like recording sooner, but we were just like, it's just not going to happen. Time is it here already? But
right. I think we were supposed to like drop an episode this week, but we're recording this week, so it's gonna drop next week. That's how it works, guys. Like the time it passes you by.
Right, really but we're here. We made it. We're ready to give you guys some new content. We have some new ideas that we want to share with you guys.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. You want to talk to them about it?
Okay, yeah. So first, we came up with the idea. Gabby brought it to me. She was like, look, we got to make the potty make sense. The podcast needs to make sense. And I think that this is just such a great idea to actually have you guys participate and engage by writing in like letters and basically letting us know what you are getting wrong in your life that you want to share with everyone else. Because I think the whole point of this podcast was for us to like really just like talk to you guys and normalize some of the things that we get wrong, normalize making mistakes and having bumps in the road and just like embracing it. And what better way to do that than to actually have you guys tell us what's going on. Like, we want to hear from you. Let us know what you're actually getting wrong, because I guarantee you we relate. And if we don't, we'll let you know. It's okay. No, like really, like I promise you, if we don't relate, somebody does. So like sharing that is just such a powerful thing to do, honestly. Just sharing like what mistakes or confessing like the things that you've done that you are like, that just make you feel weird or uncomfortable, blah, 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 blah. Things that make you feel uncomfortable. So Gabby, tell them how like they can start writing in and engaging.
Okay, so the best way to write in and engage us is to email us at our email address, gettingitwrongpod@gmail.com. But you guys can also reach out to us on Twitter at _ getting it wrong, or hit us up on Instagram, Getting It Wrong Pod. Just hit us up any way that makes you feel the most comfortable, easier for you to access. It doesn't matter. But if you want to make sure that you get your question answered or that you get your story told, definitely make sure you email us at gettingitwrongpod@gmail.com. And I think that was a very powerful thing that you said earlier. You said sharing your story. I can't remember verbatim, but you said something like sharing your story, like it can be a powerful thing because there's someone who it can help. And exactly. I think there's a lot of power in vulnerability. I was listening to something earlier and they did an exercise where they were speaking in front of a crowd and they asked a question. They said, who in here thinks vulnerability makes them weak? Mm-hmm. And everyone raised their hand. Yes. So she asked another question. She said, when other people are vulnerable and share their stories, do you admire that? Do you see that as strength? Yes. And everyone raised their hands.
100%. Like, it's just so much power in like just sharing. And it just breaks the isolation, because that's like the number one thing that makes us feel bad about like the things we're going through, is feeling like we're the only ones going through it. So like, just let us know. And then of course we will keep it anonymous. So we're not going to read anyone's names. And if you have grammatical errors, we're not going to play you. And we'll correct it a little bit.
We'll make it make sense.
Right. Right. No, but yeah, that is a great point. Like, people really think that like being vulnerable is a weak, like I said, people like we out here really thinking that being vulnerable is like a weakness, and it's not. It's like, that's where the power lies, when you let go of like, when you really just let go and just like open up. That's where all the power is. Those are the strongest people. The people that are super emotional, that have their hearts on their sleeves, those are the strongest people I know. Like, I could never.
Yeah. And it's like, once you let it go, once you let things go, it no longer holds power over you. You hold that power now.
Exactly.
So don't be afraid to share your stories, guys.
Yes.
Because we're not afraid to share some of our stories with you. That's why we're doing this. Because when you share your stories, you can help prevent someone from making the same mistakes that you did.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That
exactly.
Is the whole point.
But
no,
we also have something else that we were thinking about adding to the podcast, or maybe switching it up just a little bit. So we have gone back and forth between having the longer episodes and the shorter episodes. So we have, what's the structure? We have like 2 20-minute episodes a week, or we would have one 30 to 45-minute episode a week. And we were interested in what you guys thought about it.
Feedback. Let us know. We don't know. We want to know what you guys want to hear. Like, of course, we, at the end of the day, we are artists and we are going to make what we like, but we also want your input so that it can be relatable and so you guys can understand it. We want your feedback. So let us know, like, what works better in your opinion, and we can kind of maneuver. We can kind of make some stuff work here.
Yes, ma'am. And with that being said, we also have some upcoming topics and that we want some feedback on as well. So we're going to share some topics with you guys and just let us know which ones you want to hear the most, which ones are your favorite, or if you just want to hear all of them, you don't care. Just we'll bring them all to you.
Yes, let us know what's your favorite, guys. Let us know.
Do you have them pulled up?
Yes, girl. So I'll start reading them off, guys. So first, designing our own lives. And then what are your values? Designing your own life. Can you tell us a little bit about that one? I think you wrote that one.
Yes, I did write that one down. So designing our lives, and I had in parentheses, what are your values? Because I feel like that's an important component in designing your life.
Okay.
Knowing what your core values are. So I don't want to get too much into it, but that's what that is.
Yeah, if I'm hearing it right, like shaping how you want your life to look. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I think I understand that better. I think that could be a good topic. Also, we have season of application. That's a good topic. I can't talk today.
It's fine. Like, talk a little bit more about that one too, because we all have different seasons in our lives. And I feel like a lot of people get stuck in the season of like acquiring the knowledge, a season of learning, but it's like, what use is learning and acquiring all this knowledge if you're not applying it? So I want to give some tips on how to apply the knowledge that we've all been learning so far. So
okay. Yes. Okay. So then we also have like some of the shows we were talking about reviewing. You know, we've been doing that too. Some of them I see that we have our I think it's Young, Famous, and African.
Yeah, we wrote Young, Rich, and
African show. I was like, that ain't it. You think it? Nah, that's just not it. Young, Famous, and African, Queen's Gambit, some other shows. The Ultimate, man, I don't know if we're gonna do that one. I just cannot watch it. Have you tried to watch that show?
I haven't tried because I just seeing people talk about it. It's a mess. It's so messy.
Cringe. I kind of like, a part of me wants to, because it's hot right now, and I kind of want to like let you guys know what's up with it.
I feel like it can open up a lot of conversation, but it's just we're not going to subject ourselves to it. I'm just going to say it right now. If we ever watch it, maybe we'll talk about it, but we're not going to watch it just because everyone is talking about it. If it's not sitting right in our spirit, it's just not.
We just act like I didn't say that one. Okay. And then we have Atlanta, another show. Yeah, so those are some of the shows we mentioned. Now, also some more topics. Grandparents are not grandparenting like they used to. That's hilarious, but it's so true. If you have kids,
so true.
People used to drop their kids off at their grandparents' house for the summers. But like grandparents, they be like, I'm out of town. It's like, it's not the same. right? Anyway.
Yeah, things are different now. A lot of things are different now. Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's strange. Like, what are y'all doing? But so that I feel like that could be a whole topic. Romanticizing your life and specifically your friendships. Like, let's play that stuff up. We kind of want to get into how you can play up your life, play up your friendships, just enjoy it, love it.
I agree.
Let's get into it. Also, the perception of women is really, like, when you think about it, wrapped up in giving, and how you can give, but it's not really wrapped up in who we are as people. And we kind of want to unravel that.
Yes.
Also, we kind of having children, and I think that's more so about like what ages it's best to have children in our perspective. Oh, and then we also have something like the pros and cons of having children early versus late.
I feel like that one might be a touchy one, but I'm willing to get into it.
I'm willing to get into that too. I mean, the pros and cons. I mean, feel how y'all feel. Like we just gonna touch on the subjects. You know, let us know if it's too touchy for you guys, so we can make sure to do it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, seriously.
No. And then manifestation. People are really I feel like they're just running that one ragged. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very, very manifestation is something that I see being talked about a lot. Like when I get on YouTube, all I see is manifest this, manifest that, do this, do that, manifest something in 24 hours, which I think is a little weird. I feel like
gimmicky.
Yeah, it's giving very gimmick. But I do believe in manifestation. And I also feel like it can be looked down upon, or it can be kind of hard to be Christian and believe in manifestation because, and I think we can touch a little bit. I think we can touch a little bit on that.
That's a whole, because I was ready to start diving in already. I kind of wanted to be like, how?
Oh, wait, yeah, I think it's a very interesting topic, and I would love to get other people's opinion on it. So, I mean, if y'all want to hear us talk about it, just let us know.
Let us know. Okay. Now, also we have, I don't know what that is. Did you mean to put phrases? I'm confused.
Let's skip it. I think we're at the end of the list anyway.
That's it. Yeah, I named all the shows.
It's like when you write notes and then you look back and you're just like, what? What was I talking about? I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Okay. No, guys. So, I mean, those are some of the topics we were just throwing out there, letting you know what's up, what season 3 would potentially be looking like, let us know. Give us that feedback.
Let us know.
Yes, ma'am.
But I think, do we have anything we want to add? Well, I do. I do have an update that I didn't share earlier that might affect the podcast. So I do want to share it. So I have applied to a coding program. Ooh. And it starts in a couple weeks. So that's going to be taking up majority of my time. I still want us to try and get out episodes every week, but there might be a week where I just can't do it. And I just want to let you guys know up front that there might be some weeks where you might not get a podcast, but hopefully you will. We'll see.
Okay. No, that's fair. I'm excited though. I'm excited to see how that all pans out. You got this.
Me too. It's me I've been praying about it, and it's me just really having crazy faith. How they talk about in church, because it's like you don't really see where it's going to take you. You don't see the finish line, but you just have that faith, and you pray that, you taking that step will lead you to where God needs you to be. I mean, I prayed about it. I feel like this is where I need to be right now, and we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to keep praying about it.
I'm so happy to hear that. That's
Thank
good.
You.
I'm excited. I know you are. I think it's going to give you what you need, girl. It's going to give you what you need.
God willing.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So yeah, that's exciting. Then also, guys, we do have a letter. We got someone to do a letter just to kind of give you a taste of what some of that's going to look like. So I'll go ahead and read that letter. Like I said, it's going to be anonymous. Here, let me get it up. Okay, so one situation of me getting it wrong is me failing at a career goal I had. I had prepared and tested for the MCAT twice in the past. If I'd never had, or if I had never had those failures, I never would have learned how good I was at research, which was my backup plan. If I never would have learned how good I was at research, then I never would have applied for and later graduated from a master's program. All that being said, maybe we have to get something wrong before we finally get something right.
Aww. Wow.
Well, first off, shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
Do we have a name for this person? We'll call this person
Madison.
We're gonna stick with Madison. First off, shout out to you, Madison, for getting your master's.
Hey.
Did she say what it was in? It was probably something because she was studying for an MCAT. Okay.
No,
well, she didn't. Okay, she didn't say what it was specifically, but shout out to you. You got your master's. You're out here learning new things about yourself, and the failure is what really taught you about. That's really when you really think about it, that is what life is about. You are learning from your failures. And if you can take something and pull something like that out of it and just not only did I fail, but I learned from it and I gained something, a round of applause for you.
Yes, very good. That reminds me of a tweet I saw earlier today that says, what if we taught children that failures were lessons instead of just mistakes, because every time you fail, you learn something.
You do.
every single time, even it can be as simple as baking a cake. Oh, I put too much salt in this time, so the next time I make a cake, it'll be delicious. Or I don't know if that was a good analogy, but
no, that's perfect. That makes perfect sense, especially with baking. It's so scientific when you think about it. So every mistake, if you make a note about what mistakes you're making, you literally, like you said, learn a lesson. And it's the dopest thing about that is next time let's say it turns out too doughy, right? Next time you want, you're I need something doughy. You're remember when I messed that thing up? I know how to make it doughy because I messed it up last time. Now I have to do that on purpose.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's keep messing up, y'all. Let's keep messing up.
And I can only imagine the emotions that you're feeling studying for something as serious or something as tedious as the MCAT and doing it twice and failing. You could easily be I'm a failure. I've tried this. I've tried it not once, but twice. And I feel that can be very devastating. And I feel even if it is devastating, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be devastated. It's okay to feel those emotions, but you can't let those emotions determine the trajectory of your life. You can't let it stop you. You have to keep going. And I feel that's a true testimony right there. You didn't let it stop you. You kept going and you achieved something even greater than what you thought you could. You weren't even thinking about getting a master's. You weren't even thinking about,
you literally found purpose.
You found purpose.
You thought you were going for what you wanted, but then you got what you literally needed. Exactly. That is just such a beautiful story.
It's a testimony right there.
It really is. What a blessing. I know we sound like some old church ladies, but like, it really is like, it's just heartwarming. So yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Madison. Shout out to my girl, Madison. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes, thank you. And if you guys have any stories or that you want to share, please, I'm going to say it again, email us at gettingitwrongpod@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on Instagram at gettingitwrongpod or Twitter _gettingitwrong. Yes, and that's all we have.
That's it, guys. Bye. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Please don't forget to like, download, subscribe, rate the Getting It Wrong podcast. If you have any questions you want to send to us, you can send it to gettingitwrongpod@gmail.com. And you can follow us on social media too. Our IG is at gettingitwrongpod. Our Twitter is at gettingit_wrong. And you can follow us on Facebook as well. We're everywhere. We really appreciate you guys doing that, because if you like us, that helps other people find us and like us too. Talk to you guys later. Bye.